What's your comment on this interview with President Jiang Zemin?
I think that President Jiang Zemin was very forthcoming. He surprised me. He was willing to take any question, however difficult, however unexpected. He didn't know ahead of time what the questions that we were going to ask him, and he couldn't have been more cordial and forthcoming. And I think that he performed very, very well, not just as an interviewee, but I think he helped Americans understand the People's Republic of China better, perhaps, than they had.
What do you think of his personality?
Ordinarily, world leaders, and he certainly is a world leader, are careful. They don't want to engage in conversation. They don't want to engage in, not arguments, but controversial discussions with reporters. I had seen him previously with various reporters. On this occasion, he seemed much more relaxed, easier. He and I got along very well for some reason. I don't know what it was, but he and I seemed, as a matter of fact, in the middle, and he'll tell you this, in the middle of the interview, while they were changing reels of tape, I leaned over and I said, "You know something, Mr. President, I like you." He said, "You know, Mike, I like you too." This was not on camera. This was... The president believes that China has been misunderstood here in America. And he wants Americans to get a more favorable, and he says, more realistic impression of his country.
I hope to convey through your program my best wishes to American people. Time flies very fast.
Yeah.
We met for the first time in 1986.
You and I.
That's right. When I was mayor of Shanghai.
That's right. It was on a roof out of doors.
Near the Huangpu River.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I'm very happy to meet you again today.
And I thank you very much for granting us this interview. You studied the speeches of Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln as a youngster? When you were learning English?
When I was in middle school. And later, when I was a teacher, I used Lincoln's Gettysburg Address in my course. Do you want me to quote some lines from it?
I do indeed.
I will tell you, 47 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
Why did you learn that by heart?
I focused on
the words, all men are created equal.
All men are created equal.
Right.
Because this had a great influence on students when I was young. And I think what Abraham Lincoln described still remains the goal of American leaders today.
It's true.
Especially the last paragraph, the government of the people, by the people, and for the people, never pushed from those.
Mr. President, do you still believe that the United States bombed your embassy in Belgrade on purpose?
Let me put it the other way around. The United States has state-of-the-art technology. So all the explanations that they have given us for what they call a mistaken bombing are absolutely unconvincing.
What would the United States get out of bombing your embassy in Belgrade?
So that for me also a question.
The identification marks of the Chinese embassy in Belgrade were too clear for people to miss. So why has there been such an incident? It is still a question. But we have decided to look forward to improve China-U.S. relations. President Clinton apologized to me for the bombing many times on the telephone. I told him, since you represent Americans and I Chinese, it would be impossible for us to reach total agreement on this issue.
I'm convinced that this interview will be further promoting the friendship and the mutual understanding between our two peoples. That's us all.
You believe that?
That's right. I'm convinced that. I trust that.
美国的飞机至今还是就在我们的海南的机场。另外，美国的机组上面的人员24个人安然无恙的都在。我来南美访问的过程当中，我无时无刻的都在想起我们的那位驾驶员，至今他不知道在哪。而我们那架飞机也已经沉到海底。我讲一个北京很适当的例子，就是说我也跑了很多的国家，在这个日常的走路的过程当中，比如说两个人碰了一下，我看经常都会听到 "excuse me" 或是 "pardon"。所以这一次，美国的飞机走到我们的这里来了，你不讲一声歉意，这是合理的吗？
江主席，现在呢那么早了，你们就是说支持董先生呢，会不会给人的感觉就是内定呢是硬点呢？董先生呢？
没有任何的意思，还是按照香港的，按照基本法，按照选举的法去产生。
但是你们能不能？
刚才也问我啊，我可以回答你一句无可奉告。那么你们也不高兴，那怎么办？
那董先生，
我讲的意思不是我是钦点他当下一任。你问我不支持不支持，我说支持，我就明确给你告诉你意见。
江主席，
你们啊，你们我感觉你们新闻界还要学习一个，你们非常熟悉西方这套的魅力，你们毕竟还 too young， 明白这意思吧？我告诉你们，我是身经百战了，见得多了。西方的哪个国家我没去过？媒体他们，你们也知道，美国的华莱士那比你们不知道高到哪里去了。我给他谈笑风生。所以说媒体啊，还是要提高自己的知识水平，懂我这个识得不识得啊？我也要给你们着急啊，真的。你们我以为偏地，你们有一个好，全世界跑到什么地方，你们比其他的西方记者跑得还快。但是呢，问来问去的问题啊，都 too simple， sometimes naive， 懂了没有？
那江主席，
知道我很抱歉，我今天是作为一个长者给你们讲讲，我不是新闻工作者，但是我见得太多了，我有这个必要好告诉你们一点人生的经验。中国有一句话叫闷声大发财，我就什么话叫闷声大发财，这是最好的。但是我想，我见到你们这样热情啊，我一句话不说也不好。所以刚才你一定要在宣传上，将来如果你们报道上有偏差，你们要负责的。我没有说要钦定，没有任何这个意思。但是你一定要非得要问我，你董先生支持不支持？我们不支持他，他现在是当特首，我们怎么能不支持特首？你们啊，那一幸亏我这个人喜欢诗词，你大概用的曹植的这首诗啊。煮豆燃豆萁，豆在釜中泣。本是同根生，相煎何太急。就我的理解，就是你如果是要搞台独，这个问题就意味着相煎何太急。你怎么独立呢？你不本是同根生嘛，对不对？我这是一个乐观主义的，我相信这么一个伟大的中华民族。最终肯定我们要会统一。我认为回答记者的问题，President Bush
he has much more experience than I.
When it comes to meeting the press, I think President Bush is much more experienced.
I will do my best to answer your question. 我认为第一个就是关于您刚才讲到的天主教的，不是有些人被关押或者。那么这一点呢，我想要说明一下，就是中国从建国以来的宪法，所有的宪法都规定宗教信仰是有自由的。这个宗教，我想我们中国的宗教还有很多的，比如说有天主教，有耶稣教，有这个耶稣教，因为这里面有 Catholic， 有这个我就不去详细去分了啊。那么有穆斯林伊斯兰教，还有中国的一种教叫道教，道义生。那么这许多信教，宪法都规定都有自由。虽然我不信教，但是我还是很感兴趣各种宗教的一些，比如说 Bible， 比如说这个《可兰经》，那我都念，包括中国的佛教的佛经《金刚经》，我也是看的。所以不管他什么教的教徒，必须要共同有一点要遵守中国的法律。那凡是他违反了中国的法律，那恐怕就并不是因为他是相信哪一个教的，就会得到宽恕。这一点呢，我作为国家主席